everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Today we have two wine finished whiskies, both from Scotland, both unpeated. We have the Arran port cask finished whisky, bottled at 50%, and the Arran is going to be an island whisky. And we're going to compare that today with the Deanston 10-year Bordeaux red wine cask. And this is bottled at 46.3%. Yeah, 46.3%. The Arran is going to be finished in a Portuguese wine cask, and the Deanston is going to be finished in a red wine cask from France. Right off the nose, I'm getting hit with a lot of sweetness, as you would expect. However, it's a very, very spicy nose. Maybe because it's bottled at 50%, it's jumping out the glass at me. I'm getting an incredible amount of toffee and caramel, but also a raspberry jam coming through on the nose. But a lot of wood spice, and actually the spice that I'm getting is a ginger. It's very, very prickly, very spicy, and it's filling my nose up and with almost like needles. But that lovely, lovely sweetness, and it's going to be more of a toffee caramel. A little bit of a raspberry jam, but this is going to be a bit more of a caramel and a ginger on the nose. Oh, the Deanston. Far more subtle. And when I mean subtle, I don't mean it lacks any flavour. I mean that ginger and that wood spice that I was getting from the Arran, it's not as present on the Deanston. This is more of an intense sweetness coming through on the nose. I do get elements of toffee still, almost like a toffee sauce coming through, but there's going to be a little bit more of that jam note. That red fruit jam, a bit more of a strawberry jam. But a lovely, interesting note that I get on the Deanston 10. And I think this is just me, so please, if you've had this whiskey, please let me know in the comments down below if I'm talking rubbish or not, because I might be. But I get a little bit of just the faint embers from a struck match. And the only other time I get that is from a Springbank. So it's just a weird little note that I pick up on this whiskey, but I do get it and I love it. So it's like a jammy, incredibly jammy sweet nose, just with the faint embers of a struck match just coming through. It's lovely. Love it. And before we head to the taste, if you guys could please click the subscribe button down below on the channel, that would really help me out and I'd really appreciate that. Anyway, back to the video. Oh, wow. There's a lot to talk about there. Wow. Beautiful. Wow. So that ginger is definitely still spicy. There's a lot of wood spice and a lot of ginger. But it's combining to make a little bit of like a gingerbread. And it's gorgeous. A little bit of, I don't know, the Lotus biscuits. A little bit of that caramel, but a lot of that ginger. Just had a little delivery. A little bit of a Black Friday purchase. So two things that will be featuring on the channel shortly, I'm sure. Smoky Monkey, Lafroy 10-year Sherry Oak. Anyway, back to the video. A little bit out of breath, that's embarrassing. Too much whiskey, too little exercise. Need to change that. Anyway, where was I? I think I was on the taste for the Arran. Oh, so much to touch on. So that Lotus biscuit that I think I was touching on before the beautiful interruption that I had with the whiskey coming. It gives that gingerbread note, but it also gives a lot of caramel to it. Actually, on the taste, I'm getting a really strong orange syrup coming through on the taste, and it is gorgeous. It's really, really good. I don't think this bottle will last me much longer, to be honest with you. Beautiful. That orange syrup is really turning it into like maybe like an orange upside down cake, actually. An orange upside down cake. Orange drizzle cake. But there's still that toffee sweetness. It's almost like a toffee sauce mixed with orange syrup. with a little bit of gingerbread in there as well. It's beautiful, really beautiful. It's still spicy. It's still giving you a bit of wood spice and a lot of ginger, but it's far more sweet on the taste than it is on the nose. The nose it's prickly and it's quite aggressive actually. The taste is a lot sweeter, so I think it's going to appeal to a lot more people on the taste than it is on the nose. Onto the Deanston. Interestingly, the struck match I get straight away on the taste, combined with toffee, which is a similar note there, but strawberry jam. This is going to be more of the red fruits than the Arran. And to be honest, actually, I got more notes from the Arran than I did from the Deanston, but I personally love that struck match note with toffee, with a little bit of apple, toffee, apple, struck match, and strawberry jam. Don't sleep on it. I know I've not touched on many notes there, but it's beautiful. Toffee, honey, red grapes, that red wine influence is so much stronger on the Deanston than it is on the Arran. Certainly not as spicy, more sweet. On the finish as well, a little bit of cocoa powder on the finish. That's really nice. That's a really nice dessert whiskey. Slept on, massively slept on. This is an underrated whiskey. Very, very nice. So I think this is a really interesting review because the sweetness that they both give are actually very different experiences. You've got lotus biscuit and orange syrup with toffee, and you compare that to a struck match, toffee, apple, and a lot of strawberry jam, and more of that red wine influence. However, if you cannot get over a very spicy whiskey, and the Arran is a spicy whiskey, it's got more wood spice and it's covered in ginger. I know a lot of people who hunt down sweet whiskies. They want them to be sweet and actually a little bit lower proof. Remember, this is bottled 4% higher, and you can really get that through on the taste. It's a lot spicier, it's a lot pricklier, a little bit more aggressive. But I believe if you can get past that, the sweetness of the Arran, the flavour of the Arran is unbelievable. But you've got to be able to get past that prickly nature. I would say if you struggle a little bit with that aggression, with that spice, if you drink a couple of whiskies beforehand and then move on to this, that spiciness will be toned down a little bit, and it will pull a lot more of the sweetness out, and you'll appreciate it more for what it is. Having said that, the Deanston is a great whiskey. I think it's a little bit more dessert-like, but that struck match note that I talk about, I personally adore that one. So this is a really tough decision. This is not easy at all. I'll quickly touch on the price. They're both around £50. So they're not the cheapest whiskey in the world. Of course, the Deanston is 10 years old. The Arran is a non-age stated whiskey. But it is bottled at 50%. So I don't believe you're getting bad value for money at all with either of these whiskies. In fact, I really like both of them. I should also say that both of these whiskies are non-chill filtered and non-coloured. So I know a lot of people like that sort of thing. So I think these two whiskies, they're unpopular, but they shouldn't be. They should be a lot more popular, and a lot more people should try both of these whiskies. They're great. So with this one, I've taken a while to actually make a decision on this one. And the reason being is I was really struggling. I went for the Arran, I went for the Deanston, but I'm going to go with my gut. I think a lot more people, if they go for a sweet whiskey, they want a sweet whiskey. They're not really into too much spice. And I also think, me personally, I would drink the Deanston more often than I would drink the Arran. Now, I don't know if that makes it any better or worse, because a special occasion whiskey is lovely sometimes as well. But I think purely because of that, I would go to the Deanston more often. and I think it'll appeal to a few more people than the Arran will. Today, close one, very close one. The Deanston 10 Bordeaux red wine cask takes the win today. Please guys, if you like the video, please like the video and click the subscribe button down below, please. We're on 510 subscribers. It'd be really nice to boost that number up before Christmas. And as always, thank you so much for watching the video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you all for the next Whiskey War. They are the perfect festive drams. I mean, really, really festive. I'm going to be drinking a lot more of these over the festive period, and I can't wait.